Spider-Man No Way Home was directed by John Watts and it sees Tom Holland reprising his role as Spider-Man. This film also stars Zendaya, Jacob Batalon, and we see Benedict Cumberbatch reprising his role as Doctor Strange. We see William Dafoe and Alfred Molina reprising their roles as Green Goblin and Doc Ock. Spider-Man No Way Home takes place immediately after the events of Spider-Man Far From Home, in which the identity of Spider-Man has been revealed. We see him face the dilemma of the world knowing who he is and the impact that has on him and his family. Spider-Man seeks the assistance of Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange conducts a spell to make everyone forget that Peter Parker is actually Spider-Man, and in doing so he opens up the multiverse and allows villains from alternate realities who have fought alternate versions of Spider-Man to enter Peter's universe. As always guys, before we go any further, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. I want you to hit the alarm bell as well so you can get notifications when my video is going to be uploaded. And give this video a like as well to help the channel grow. And for those of you who have not seen it, you'll be pleased to know that this movie will contain no spoilers. Spider-Man No Way Home. I had some worries about this film, purely because the trailers indicated that we would see the reprisal of Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus. And my fear was that this movie would go the same way as Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which was you had so many villains on the screen, you had too much going on, and it would be a convoluted movie. Having seen Spider-Man No Way Home, I can honestly say that this is not the case. Spider-Man No Way Home, not only one of the best installments in a franchise, but is also one of the most emotionally impactful movies. And we see Tom Holland deliver his best performance to date as Spider-Man. Tom Holland delivers a more intense, a more powerful, and more emotional performance of Spider-Man, unlike any other in the previous two installments of Spider-Man that we've seen him in. And it's unusual where in the third installment of the movie, it just gets better. In some instances, the third installment of the movie is usually the weakest, but not with Spider-Man. This is one of the strongest and one of the best. And I like the fact that the writers have continually reminded the audience that Peter Parker is a kid. So in addition to balancing out his duties as a superhero, we see this kid trying to balance out his duties as a 17-year-old kid trying to get into college. And that is heavily emphasized on the film. Spider-Man No Way Home has more emotional weight than any of the previous installments of the movie, and it harks back to the Sam Raimi installments, in which we see a more tortured Peter Parker, compared to Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home. It is one of the longer installments of the franchise, and at 2 hours plus, it doesn't drag, and it sets up each moment in the movie perfectly. Spider-Man No Way Home works on so many levels. It works as a thoroughly entertaining movie, it works as a well-acted movie, but it works as a fan-serving film as well. Especially when we see Alfred Molina and William Dafoe reprising their roles as Green Goblin and Dr. Octopus. And it was really good to see Alfred Molina not only as Dr. Octopus, but also to have some type of comedic relief in this movie as well. That wasn't seen in Spider-Man 2. The action sequences in this movie are spot on. And it was good to see Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus go at it again. And it was a testament to Sam Raimi's direction that the action installments and fight sequences that we saw in Spider-Man 2 not only match up, but exceed the action sequences in Spider-Man No Way Home. But there are some spectacular action sequences in this movie. And William Dafoe has always brought a menace to the roles that he's played. And he has done that with Green Goblin. I can't imagine anybody else playing this role. And he said that he specifically wanted to do this movie, not only as a cameo appearance, but if he was able to do some of the stunts and action sequences himself. And I like that the new costume that William Dafoe's Green Goblin wears in this movie, with the purple hood, is a throwback to the comic book Green Goblin that we saw not only in the comic books, but also in the cartoon. Another good thing was that the writers from the first two Spider-Man films, Eric Summers and Chris McKenna, have reprised their roles as writers in this film. So they understand the characters, they understand their rhythm, and rather than take the characters off in a tangent, they have built on the relationships of the previous two installments of the film, and they've actually enhanced it. And the camaraderie between Peter, Ned, and MJ has only gotten stronger. And it not only makes some great comedic moments in the movie, but for some intense and emotional scenes that we haven't seen in the previous two installments of Spider-Man also. Their chemistry is just sizzling, and was easily one of the high points of the movie for me. Just seeing these wonderful actors interact with one another. And in addition to Tom Holland, Zendaya and Jacob Batalon, they give the most emotional performances as Ned and MJ. We also see Jamie Foxx reprising his role as Electro. And Jamie Foxx is a brilliant actor. And he can do villainous very well. He did that well in Baby Driver, but I always felt that he was misplaced in Amazing Spider-Man 2 and in this movie here. There's a certain point that is highlighted in the movie that isn't explained, where aesthetically in the first movie, he had gap teeth, his hair was all over the place, and in this movie, he looks like Jamie Foxx. And it wasn't actually explained, okay, how come his look is different? And I do feel that the jokes that he delivered were misplaced. And Jamie Foxx is a brilliant actor, but I just felt that he was miscast in this role. And the musical score in this movie was just powerful. The musical score was done by Michael Giacchino, and he is given, I think, one of the most emotional and most powerful scores of any of the Marvel films that he's done. I think the intensity and emotion surpasses Avengers Endgame. And he was responsible for not only doing the previous 2 installments of Spider-Man, but he's worked on countless movies such as Mission Impossible 4, Jurassic World, and he captures the emotion and he captures the tension perfectly. And it complements every scene in the film. Spider-Man No Way Home is certainly different in tone to the previous 2 installments. I would say that they've lessened back on the humor and they've increased the emotion and the tension. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because the film still works. But for hardcore Marvel fans, you will not be disappointed. There is still a lot to enjoy here. You've got great dialogue, you've got great comedic delivery, you've got great performances, and you've got Easter eggs galore. And as we come to the end of 2021, I can easily say that Marvel have saved the best for last in terms of the comic book films that they've given us. But Spider-Man No Way Home, a bigger movie, a weightier movie, I'll give this one a very strong 9 out of 10. So guys, that's my review. As always, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button so you can follow this channel. Hit the alarm bell as well so you can get notifications when my videos are going to be uploaded. Give this video a like as well. Leave a comment with whether you've actually seen Spider-Man No Way Home and what do you think about it. Comment down below and I shall see you all in the next film review. Take care.